On tonight's show, we have fashion stylist and influencer L.A. And now for your host, KoolKard. Welcome back to the show, everybody. I am KoolKard, and you're watching Kickin It with KoolKard. Yes, where I bring on guests every week to be transparent for you, to give you value. And if you're tuning in for the first time and you have not subscribed, I invite you to do so I can continue giving you this value that I gather from my guests. All right. Quick recap. Last week, episode 32, I had on Andrea Williams from Organic Beauty by Drea. She does like smoothie drinks, all organic stuff, all goodness for your body. So beautification inside and out. Y'all go check her out, Organic Beauty by Drea on Instagram. She does have a website, the same thing. Check her out. If you're in the Atlanta area, she does have a delivery service, so you don't have to even go to her. Support independent business. Support small business. Just support people. You know what I'm saying? Support your boy. Tell somebody about me. Share the show, all that. I don't ask for much, but if you do gather value from this show, I do ask that you share it, like it, all that good stuff, right? So I can continue coming on here and giving you the value, all right? So this week, episode 33, we're going to be styling and profiling, man. I got a stylist on here, fashion stylist, and she's doing the thing. She's out of L.A., I think by way of Texas. We'll talk, I'll let her tell you all about that. Her name is L.A. She goes by L.A., and we'll try to dig for a government name too. We'll try to get that out of her. All right. But yeah, just want to bring her on here and allow her to be transparent with you. Maybe you're looking into being a fashion stylist or just starting up anything. I'm pretty sure you could take some nuggets out of her journey for you. Put in your tool belt, help you further yourself along the way. All right. So without further ado, I like to bring her on with a KoolKard welcome. I like to put my little intros together for all my guests. Here we go. And we'll check in with LA right after this. L.A., welcome to the show.
Hey, what's up?
What's happening, man? I appreciate you coming on.
Well, thank you for having me.
No
I'm
doubt.
Happy to be here.
Huh?
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, for sure. I'm happy that you obliged me for coming on the show. For you guys that don't, I saw her on Instagram, y'all. She I think she liked something I put up, and she watched my last episode. I checked out her profile, saw what she was doing, man. I loved her stuff, loved her work. So I reached out to her, and she was like, sure, come on the show. So yeah, man, here we are.
Thank you. I'm super excited. I'm ready.
Yes. Now, let me get one thing out of the way.
Okay.
I'm butchering your name. Do you go by L.A. or do you go by La?
Well, I go by both. But It's going to depend on how you know me as to what you call me.
Okay.
So, just for everybody out there, my name is Laquita Antoinette. That's my government name. But I went by L.A. when I was leaving Texas. I started L.A. because I thought it would be easier for my brand instead of saying Laquita Antoinette Styleyou, Let L.A. So those are my two initials. Okay. But L.A. is also my first two letters of my name since it's like Laquita. And like my mom spells it L.A., capital Q. So if you met me in California, you call me La. If you know me in Texas, you either call me Laquita or L.A. So it's all of them. Okay. Just spell my name correct on my check, and that's fine.
Exactly. That's what matters the most. So what do your close friends in L.A. call you? Do they call you L.A.?
They call me La.
They call you La. Okay. All right. So I can call you L.A. though, right?
Yeah, you can call me L.A.
Okay, we're going to call you L.A. I probably won't call you anything because I'm just going to be talking, so no need to call you.
Okay.
Hey. So let's get into your backstory. Let's tell me about yourself. Like, I know so you're from Texas. How did you end up in L.A. and where did this all start for you?
Okay, so growing up, I'm a preacher's kid, first of all. So my parents were married. They always made us make me coordinate with them. So like, of course, they would have on a color, I would have on a color. So I've always been a little overdressed or always like I always had to dress up like for church. I was at church like 5-7 days a week.
Oh,
basically.
man.
So it started there. I'm also the only child, so I was spoiled.
Okay.
So I always wanted the new pair of J's or the matching Tommy Hilfiger outfits or the polo outfit or any Nike, Puma, all that. I've always been that girl to be trendy. And like, I guess when I was in college, I started being like, I went through all these phases in college. Like I was a prep, I was a rock star, I wore the mohawks, I went through all the fashion phases. So people always like, well, where did you get this outfit or where you get this? And some of the times I was cutting stuff up, putting it together, kind of doing my own thing. And then people would be like, oh, you should go shopping with me. And then it kind of just became a hobby of taking my friends with me shopping. And then I was like, I could get paid doing this, which probably would have saved me thousands of dollars in college.
Right.
If I would have did that first.
Yeah, you could have paid for college.
Right. But I went to school for entrepreneurship, which I'm using. So that's fine. But I mean, I could have saved all that money and just became a wardrobe stylist because that's what I'm doing now.
So when did you decide, hey, let me pick up and move to LA and really chase after this?
I would say 2015, 2014, a friend of mine was like, I'm moving to California to chase my dreams. And I was like, wow, I want to go to California. And she was like, you should come. I was like, yeah, I can't afford that right now. But I was still working in corporate America. I've been a corporate girl all my life since after school.
Yeah.
And I was in a relationship and, you do a lot of crazy things for love. And I was like, well, I'm not moving because he's not moving and we're going to be together forever and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But in 2014, I lost my job. I was unemployed. I tried to get another job. I hated it. And I was just bored. Like I couldn't concentrate in corporate America. And I was like, you know what? Me and my ex, we broke up.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, hey, I don't have a job here. I don't have a man. There's nothing. I don't have children. Nothing's holding me back. And I was telling everybody, when my lease is up, I'm moving to California to chase my dreams. I'm going to be a wardrobe stylist. I'm going to go. Of course, everybody was like, yeah, okay. We'll see you in a couple months when you get back. But yeah, I left 2015, came out here and literally hit the ground running. I started looking online for things I could do. I started interning with LA Fashion Week.
Okay.
Style fashion. And that's kind of where I started meeting people and getting my feet wet. Because when I came out here, I had no connections, no pipeline of, oh, I'm going to go do this. It was just like, I'm going to find a job. I'm going to figure it out.
So when you first got there, so this is a question for someone who may have dreams of moving to LA and trying to figure it all out. When you first got there and you had no idea, who did anyone point you in the right direction, or did you dive into like magazines trying to get people's names? Like, what did you do?
Actually, I'm gonna have to say 2 people helped me out tremendously. Well, 3. LA Fashion Week connected me with a lot of like-minded people.
Okay.
And then I met a girl by the name of Tamia. Her Instagram is Diva Legs, and I met her through a mutual friend of mine in Dallas. She was like, my friend is out there. She does fashion. You guys should connect. My friend Candace. So shout out to Candace for connecting me with Tamia, because now me and her are like partners in crime. But she was doing, she was an event coordinator, and she was like, you want to come intern and do fashion shows with me? And I started there. And then that led me to looking on meetup groups. Now, this is hilarious. I joined a dance fitness meetup group by Old School Skinny. So shout out to Old School Skinny. I'm about to plug all my friends that helped me get here.
That's real. That's what you're supposed to do.
Lucky is a dancer. You've probably seen his work. He works with Jhené Aiko. He's worked with Nicki Minaj, and the list goes on. We're not gonna talk about his credentials because I'll be here all night.
Right.
But he was like, come to my class. So I was dancing with him, working out because I didn't have no friends. And then one day he posted on Facebook that he was looking for a wardrobe stylist. And I was like, oh man, I'm a wardrobe stylist. I can help you. And literally from there, I started styling a guy by the name of Chris Bones. And I did his music video. And then we ended up shooting all of his holiday campaigns and promo.
Okay.
And then Lucky started using me to shoot with Queen Herby. And then from Queen Herby, people started noticing me more because she has like over 1 million followers, and she's like a whole brand. And so that's when my Instagram started like picking up more, and people started being like, oh, okay, you're a stylist. Like, you know, once you find somebody that's satisfied, it kind of went from there. But through this time, I was still working a full-time job in corporate America. So I was like shuffling, trying to take off on days, find clothes. I was buying some clothes, returning. Like I didn't have any like pool yet to go to a style house. And then once I had her in my, I guess, resume, then style houses were like, oh, you can come pull this look. You can come do that. So then we just took off from there.
So that's how that works. I always wonder, like, how do you get the green light to just go pull clothes from here, go pull clothes from there? You know what I mean?
It's a numbers game. It depends on who you're styling. Of course, sometimes they want to know how many followers they have because they want to return on their investment. So if they're giving you clothes, they want to know that it's going to be seen.
Right.
And luckily, one of the outfits I styled was seen on the red carpet of the AMAs. And that was that moment I was like, my work is now on a red carpet.
Right.
I was like, I made it. But, you know, that was like my first moment. Like, I was like, okay, now it's like, this is real. Okay.
So for a stylist, what would you, I don't know. What would you say is like the pinnacle? Like, where do you go? Like, where are you aiming to go as a stylist? I'm at, like it's a genuine question because I don't know. Like, I did music, you know, you want a Grammy, you want to perform at the Super Bowl, you know, type of stuff like that. So in that regards, like, what's the pinnacle for a stylist? What would be your dream? I don't want to say gig because like you're an entrepreneur, but what would be the dream situation for you?
Like the first thing I will possibly blurt out in true LA fashion is like working with Beyonce because I love her. Okay. But like honestly, it would be the pinnacle for me is being able to not only be an entrepreneur but help people get where I'm trying to go. Like that's where I want to be. Like my purpose is to help people who like hate their jobs. Like I know that feeling, so I want to be able to bring people to my team where they can be happy because I've seen what it's like to work for somebody and push people's dreams, but I want to help people push their dreams as well, and I want to be able to do that comfortably. Like I want to buy my mom a big house and you know stuff like that, and be able to travel and not have to, you know, work those normal worries. I know they come, but that would be like when I say, okay, I've done it, because now I'm a household name. I can style. Who would I say is like that? I'm drawing a blank, but like Cardi B's wardrobe stylist. I feel like he's one of my goals. Like he can go to Louis Vuitton and be like, I want this for Cardi B, and I want you guys to make her a custom. Like I want to be able to do that because I feel like I don't want my clients to be in just the regular. I want them to be like, this is a one of one.
Right. Yeah. So
that would be when I made it.
You don't want them in what everybody at the club is rocking.
I don't want them looking like the poster board for Louis Vuitton. I want them to look like, you know, like, wow, that's their signature look. But a brand sponsored and did that because of who that person is and who I am.
So let's say this. Your pinnacle would be being Beyonce's personal stylist.
Of course.
But let's talk that up. You gotta put that out there in the universe.
You're right. Beyonce.
It can happen.
You're right.
It can happen. For real. Just keep doing. I mean, I love your work from what I've seen. So, man, just keep going.
I'm trying. I am really trying.
For stylists, I know for an artist, you know, I used to do music, right? So when I was being creative with music, like it would just come to me in the middle of the night. You know, you can't force it. You can't put a time limit on it. You see colors. You see, you know, I got a very colorful mind. So I see colors. I see different things that just inspire me. And I can't explain it to anybody, but it is what it is. So for a stylist, like how do you get that sense of style? Because everybody doesn't have it. And I know other stylists, they never went to school. Doesn't sound like you went to school for that, but you got a sense of style. Like, where does that come from? What do you see? How do you know what goes together? How can you pull something from here and over there and make it work? Kind of like I was talking to somebody and I was like, well, as a chef, like, how do you know what this sauce is gonna go with that? And it's the new thing. How do you know, oh, I can take this and put it with this, and I've never seen that before, but it works, and everybody's like, oh, I love that. Where does that come from?
That's a really good question. It's like, sometimes I'll give you a couple examples. Like, if I'm doing a music video, I'll play the song over and over because I love music. I feel like if I wasn't a wardrobe stylist, I would do something in A&R. Like, I just love music. So I'll listen to a song over and over. I'll play it in my head. And it's almost like I can see the music video. I see what they're supposed to be wearing.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, oh, this will be a cool idea. And like, especially if I'm working with somebody who's also a creative, we'll sit and talk. And by then we've probably seen the whole music video before it happens. Me and my friend always laugh because we'll hear a song and we'll be like, this is a Grammy song, and this is how they would look. This is how they'd be dressed. This is how it would appear. And this is how the staging would be. Like, I think about more than just clothes. I think about the setting, the background, the emotion I want to portray, the lighting, like all of that kind of just plays in my head. So kind of like you, like I see in colors, like I'll be like, ooh,
yeah,
let me remember this. Like, I'll just play it out. So sometimes it'll just, honestly, it's a gift. Like, it just comes to me. Like, I can't explain. Like, I don't sit and study, or I don't look at magazines every day. I don't Pinterest every day. Like some people think that I'm just going through my phone. Like, no, sometimes I'll be sitting there, I'll be like, ooh, I want to wear this. I want to do that. Or I'll watch a music video and something will pop out and I'll gain inspo. Or I'm walking down the street or driving around. I'll be like, ooh, I want to shoot here. It's just my surroundings. And I'm always like, ooh, like I got ADD when it comes to that. It'll be like, ooh, I should do this.
Yeah. Listen, I chalk it up to just because I'm real big on energy. Like, for me, I can tell how a person's feeling before they even know how they feeling. They be confused, and I know how you feeling. It's all about energy for me. So I think it's like an energy thing. I think it's a spiritual thing, and like you said, it's a gift. It's a gift from God because you can't explain it. It just comes. I mean, I've had times where I was doing music and a whole song will come to me in a matter of like 10 minutes, and it's just like I was just having a conversation with somebody, but nobody's there. And it just it just flows and it just comes, and you can't explain it. That's why you can't put a time limit on it. You can't force it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the deal. Been doing this interview. I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna wear? And I'm just sitting on the couch. I'm like, okay, no logos, no this, no that. Okay, maybe I can do this. What color is gonna stand out? How am I gonna pop?
Like, everything pops, everything flows. You look great.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. So here's a question for some, for the viewers. How can a stylist have like representation that will get them work? You know how like songwriters, they get a publishing deal and they get, somebody shopping their songs or whatever. Like, is there such a thing for a stylist? Can you belong to a certain type of group that will get you into events? Hey, they need a stylist over here. I'm gonna throw you over there. Like, is there a thing like that?
There is, just like how dancers are booked for music videos. They have agencies for wardrobe stylists, or like union, which I'm not a part of.
Okay.
But they have a union for wardrobe stylists, and they kind of book you. And so many people tell me to do that, but I kind of like doing my own thing. But it's definitely something I want to look into, because that's when I'll be able to jump into doing more costume design and working on set and doing films, because I definitely want to do that.
Yeah.
Work on a movie set and get that in me or something for a wardrobe for a TV show or something like that. But they have agencies where you can be represented as a wardrobe stylist.
Okay. Yeah, I always wondered. I'm like, how do you get your work? I know word of mouth and someone just pulling you, but yeah, I always wondered because everybody else has it. Modeling agencies, talent agencies, period. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's good to know. So anybody watching, if you're having a hard time getting work, well, there you go. Start reaching out to some of these agencies show them your work, get a catalog, get your portfolio put together, and show them your work. How to get some work. Yeah.
Out here, like LA is all about who you know. I'm realizing that the more and more I live here and meet people, most of these people are on set or doing what they do because they knew somebody.
Yeah.
So it's like connecting the dots and, meeting those people and having great energy, positive attitude, and making those connections.
How did the Jordin Sparks opportunity come about?
My friend Jamal Joseph, he actually choreographed part of Coachella for Beyonce, and he worked with Dawn. He's worked with a lot of big names, and he's been working a lot closely with Jordin Sparks. Literally, it was so funny. He called me and he was like, "Hey, I'm doing a photo shoot and working on some promo, and I want to know if you want to help me style Jordin Sparks." And I was like, "What?"
No brainer.
Yeah. And he was like, "Okay." And I was like, "Well, I have some looks that I haven't used and blah, blah, and all this." Because I'm thinking like a lot of places are closed. So funny enough, those looks actually came from my closet because I keep like a whole like kit of like looks that I can like throw on people just in case the showroom doesn't come through for me.
Okay.
And he was like, "Okay, well, we're on our way to your house in an hour." And I was like, I'm scrambling. Jordin Sparks is about to come to my house. Like, I'm like, what? Everything's clean. Okay, cool. I'm like, let me set up. Let me put I'm over here thinking like, what do I need to do? Make sure it's good in here. Make sure it's cool. But yeah, she came over real quick. We put some looks on. We talked. Got to know each other for a second. And then, I styled her 3 days later. Literally, it was like, boom, boom.
Wow.
And I told my roommate, I was like, Jordin Sparks was at our house. She was like, no, she wasn't. I was like, yes, she was. Like, she was playing with the cat and everything. And she was like, I'm dying. Jordin Sparks was at my house, which was pretty cool. I'm like, only in L.A. would that happen, because that would have never happened in Dallas, Texas. Maybe it would have, but I don't know.
That's dope. That is dope. I was going to ask you, too, because you mentioned about, you having just kind of like a little emergency kit in your closet as far as clothing. So I was going to ask you, it's a 2-part question. Is there a certain style that you go to that could work on just about anybody? Say if you're in a time crunch like that?
Well, one, I have way too many clothes in my closet.
So something's gonna work, right?
Yeah, anything's gonna work. Like, I actually need to donate. I have too much stuff. My closet is running over, so I had to build a rack because I need more space. So if anybody wants some clothes, please come get them. But me and Jordin, well, Jordin's taller than me, but as far as clothes wise, I can always alter, pin, put together. So luckily that came in clutch. All I had to do was like kind of pin some certain things, alter a few things, and we had a alter on set that kind of helped me. So that was great. But I keep a million jackets, blazers, and I also have a line called Drip by La. Okay. And I had a bit of wardrobe left over, so I was like, let me throw some of this on her. And like just things I always whenever I go to the store, I'm always grabbing stuff just because. I'm like, oh, I can use this. So I have things I haven't worn before, like different pants, different styles. I have like pleather, leather, jean, suede, tulle, something flowy, you name it, it's probably in my closet.
So basically a client is like a canvas for you.
Absolutely.
And you just get to play. Because I'm assuming as soon as Jordin walked through the door, your mind started going like, okay, boom, boom, I can see this, I can see that. This is, like, is that how that went?
Literally, that's exactly how it went. I was like, oh, I have this. And I pulled out a few outfits and laid them out, let her look at them. And she was like, I like this. And I was like, wait, I have something else. And I just kept running out my room, like, try this on. And then she was like, oh, I love all of this. It was to the point, like, we had way too many outfits. And I was like, okay, let's narrow it down to like 4. So then we solidified 4, and like you guys hopefully will be able to see those really soon, because she did post one, which is probably my favorite, with the flowy outfit. I actually wore that outfit in Brazil. That was my outfit for Brazil.
The dress that she has on?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, I want this in Brazil. And she was like, oh, I love this. It's perfect. And I was like, you can wear it.
And what was the shoot for?
She's promoting, she was promoting for her new single called Red Sangria, which is coming out, what's today's date? Oh, it's coming out on 31st.
Oh, this month?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be on the lookout for that. I like her music, so yeah.
Music, and I'm super excited. And then, just getting some new content. We haven't seen Jordin Sparks in quite some time.
Right.
So it's time to get some new looks out there and get some new photos. She's a wife, she's a mom now, so she's been working out, getting her body ready, so she looks good. I'm excited.
Yeah, man. That's cool. What comes to mind? I don't know. I don't even know your age, so I'm gonna throw some names out there. I don't know if you're familiar with them, but I want to know who inspires you. But what comes to mind when I say June Ambrose?
That's the girl. That's who you want to work with, or just be in the same circle. I would love to kick it with her. I just want to be her friend. I love her style. Like, it's so me with a bigger budget.
Yeah.
Definitely.
She's that girl. She's
Absolutely.
that woman. She's that woman.
Yeah, she is. Oh, yeah. She is grown. I'm grown too.
Okay.
But she's grown.
She real grown.
Yeah. She's great.
She mature.
I watch her on live, and she does what she wants to do, and I'm like, yeah. I love it. She did a shoot, or a little mini TikTok or something, where she was in a robe at the laundromat or something. I was like, I would totally do that.
Wow.
Something. But yeah, she's it. Definitely top 5 for sure.
What about Misa Hilton? You know who that is?
No, I don't. I need to know?
You should look back. Look back at the 90s. Look back at Bad Boy 90s. That's Justin's mom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Justin. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Justin.
Diddy's son.
Which one?
Puffy's son. Justin.
Well, he has 3, 4. How many sons does he have?
He's one of the older ones.
Okay. The oldest one.
The oldest one, yeah.
Kim.
Huh? Well, Kim is King. I don't know his real name, but King Combs, the little rapper dude. That's her son.
Oh, okay. Because I know the other one always claims him. Okay, I'm gonna look her up.
The other one was Al B. Sure's son with Kim, the light skin, but he's always with Puffy.
Okay.
And you got Justin, who we had with Misa, which she's a stylist. Check her out. Look her up. But that was 90s. That was during the 90s area. So if you like that style back then, she was all up in there doing her thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna look her up.
Yeah, I gave you some homework. Research her.
That's why they pay you the big bucks.
Yes.
You did everything. I got you.
Yes.
No.
Mia Dene, I'm just reading some comments here. Mia Dene, she's watching. She said she just went and looked at your page. She loves the look for her shoot. I'm assuming she's talking about Jordin.
Oh, thank you.
And then she says June is so fearless with her style. Yeah. You know about Mia? Let's see if she says anything. But yeah, definitely check out Misa, man. She was that girl. I don't know if she's still doing it. I think it's Misa, and Hilton is Hylton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Diddy's baby mama. You know what I mean?
Mama, that's what we gonna call it. Okay, Misa Hilton. Got it.
Yes. And so I want to know what do you plan on in the future? Would you like to open your own? And I don't know how hard this is, because from what I get, it's very hard to do or become or be in a fashion house. Would you like to start your own fashion house, if possible?
Yeah, of course. I want my own office space to literally do everything that I do. me and my friends talk about all the time. Like, we all talk about getting spaces together because I'm friends with two designers, and one, she has her own apparel company. And, just Black entrepreneurs, Black female creatives together in a space to empower other women. And I don't want to just put it on just Black women, so my Black friends do not come for me for this, but I don't want to limit myself. I want to give any aspiring creator that space to, be themselves, whether they need to learn how to do social media, do wardrobe, photo shoots, how to pose, how to get the look, how to create lookbooks, or if they start their own line, how to get started doing that. Because when I came here, I didn't know about like showrooms. I didn't know that. I was always like, how do people get all these clothes? I know they're not paying for it. Like, I was like, I know it's not coming off their credit card, like off rip every time. Like, just those little things that I didn't know that I learned and picked up. I want to be able to help other girls.
Yeah.
And of course, I want to style, and I want to consult, and I want to do personal shopping, have classes. I want to do everything. All things fashion, I want to do it.
Yeah, man. Please do it, because it's needed. It really is. It's needed. It really is. So for you, tell just real quick before we wrap it up. So say young girl, 18, maybe 20, comes to LA, knows nothing. And I know I asked you this earlier, but I just want you to give a couple quick tips.
Okay.
For someone coming fresh off the boat from whatever other state, flash down to LA, knows nobody, what's the first thing they do?
Pray.
Amen.
Literally. Come with a humble mindset and ready to learn. I'm a humble person anyway, but I've seen people who may have thought they knew it all crash and burn quickly. And be okay with failure, which is something that I wasn't okay with at first, because I feel like personally I'm a perfectionist and I want to get everything right off the bat, and I'm hard on myself. And just be open to learn and network, which is something I hated doing at first, because nobody wants to go talk to strangers really and be like, hi, my name is La, what do you do? Oh, I do this. And don't be afraid to ask for help, because you cannot do this by yourself. I would be a fool to tell you I did all this by myself.
Right.
It's so many people who helped me get where I am right now. So, hold those friends close. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Be humble. Do your research. Like I told you, I looked at meetup groups. I looked at places to intern. Be okay with doing a lot of free stuff.
Yeah.
Because everybody wants to come out here and get paid.
Yep.
And not do the dirty work.
Yeah. You got to bring something to the table, and it might be free labor for a while.
Or a wow.
And one thing that I like that you said, because I talked about this with a couple other guests, is that don't go out there being a starving artist. Don't be too prideful to go and get a job. Don't be afraid to go and get a 9-to-5 to fund your dreams, because you feel like it's gonna take up the time that you need to be out and about doing whatever you need to do. Trust me, you'll learn quickly that you'll have many days of sitting there wondering what the hell and how, because you're broke. And now you got all this free time and you're not doing anything. Well, guess what? Go get a job, get some money in your pocket, get to these events that you may have to pay your entry into. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta fund your dreams, man.
I was working for Wells Fargo for the longest when I moved here, and I was in corporate America. I remember having to pack clothes in the car because I was like, okay, I got to go to this when I leave here, because I want to network, I want to do this. And it was so funny because I feel like a lot of people think that I came out here and I was just like, oh, I'm a wardrobe stylist and money's going to come to me. Like, no, I was working like 2 jobs when I first came out here on top of wardrobe styling. I remember being like, this is crazy. Like, most people didn't even know I had a job. They thought I was just a wardrobe stylist. And I'm like, no, I didn't really stop my 9-to-5, honestly, until last year.
Listen, it's all about how you move. They don't need to know your business, and if you're moving the right way, people start wondering like, man, how's she doing this? How's she doing that? Don't even know you working a 9 to 5. You know what I mean? Don't even know you giving 8 hours of your time to somebody else, but you still at the same event that they're at. You know what I mean?
And then on top of that, if you do have a 9 to 5, because I don't bash anybody for having a 9 to 5, make sure you put in that time and more towards your own brand. Yeah. So if you're giving 40 hours a week, you need to be giving 100. Like for your, that means going home, getting on the computer, working on your website, building that portfolio, working on your lunch break, doing whatever you can. Like I remember posting on my lunch break, making videos on my lunch break, posting content, like just because I was like, okay, I still got to push my brand. I can't push anybody's dream more than I push my own, which I used to do all the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And you know what? This is what I've learned too, and what I've seen. The people talking about, oh, no sleep, this and that and the third, really aren't doing much. The people that aren't sleeping and really putting that work in aren't really talking about it. You know, they get off work, they go home, and they start the next shift, their shift. And they work till the wee hours of the morning and may get 2 hours of sleep, wake up and go handle what they got to handle to pay the bills. And then when they get off, they're doing it again. And then maybe one day they'll get off, come home, crash the whole night, get, re-energize, recharge their battery, and then go at it again. I know, because I've been there. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't talking about it. So, yeah. I commend you.
Thank you.
I commend you, man. Keep doing your thing. Keep doing your thing. Like I said, I saw something in your work on your page. I reached out to you, so I'm really grateful. Really grateful that you obliged and said, yeah, you come on the show, because I know you have a lot to offer, which you've shown. So yeah, man, just keep going. Keep going.
Thank you so much. I was so honored when you reached out to me. This is my first YouTube live, as I told you. So this is crazy. I'm like, oh.
Cool. You got a lot of your friends chiming in. You got AJ on here. She says she's amazing. Talking about you. Carly in the universe says, "Jay, get it." Who else was on here?
Carly is one of my clients. So stay tuned. We got some stuff coming for you guys.
Dope.
She's a singer. So yeah.
The singer? Okay, I'm gonna go check her out. Check her out. Carly in the universe. Is that her IG name too?
Yep.
I'm gonna go follow you, Carly. I like the support, man. I'm telling you. Anytime anybody that knows me, anytime I see somebody that I support and they're posting about their business on IG, I get it. It's about analytics. You're doing it for a reason. You're trying to drive your business. I like, I comment, I share. I make it my business. I might not get everybody, but
tell the people again, you like, you comment, and share. Yeah. That's the best thing you can do for an entrepreneur, is do that, because we don't know who you know, or I don't know if anybody else knows. So I'm always sharing. Like, that's one of the problems that some of us have. Yeah. We comment and we don't share, but we want somebody to buy our stuff. Like, no. Yep. It's not how it is.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. It's like you would wish that more people would just support. They say they support, but they don't show the actions. But it's like, okay, it's cool. You're not obligated to. And I'm not pressed on it, but it would be nice. You know what I'm saying? It'd be nice. So I just try to do my part, man, because I know how it feels, So
a lot. A lot of my friends or acquaintances, let me say that, they didn't start supporting me until they saw what's happening now.
Of course.
Because I've been doing this for way more than 5 years. I've been in California 5 years. My real friends that are like on here, like my brother, I think he's on here, Broderick, like some of these people, they knew me when I was just like grabbing clothes and buying them at the store and trying to create my own photo shoots, because I didn't want to wait on somebody to give me the opportunity. I started creating my own photo shoots.
Man, say that again. You didn't want to wait.
No, because I'm impatient.
You can't let somebody dictate your future, your path. Like, go. You gotta start somewhere. Amen.
Now I'm everybody's friend and everybody's homie, like, now, and it's crazy because I'm not even there yet, and now they want to claim me, but that's a whole different situation. But just, I'm so thankful for my friends that were there from the beginning when this was just me talking about being a wardrobe stylist, and they're literally growing with me. So with every step, like, My true ones I already know. But yeah, it's crazy. That's when people start supporting you. All that I said all that to say they don't support you until they see.
You gotta show them something.
Yeah.
You gotta.
Yeah.
And that's why you can't talk. You just gotta do, work in silence and just stay persistent. Keep doing it, and then they see, and they're like, oh, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And some didn't want to see that moment. Let's just be honest, you know what I mean? But that's why you just gotta work in silence, just keep going, and you're doing it. Keep doing it. When Jordin drops that single, promote the hell out of it. Celebrate Celebrate that, because you played a part in that. Celebrate it. Plaster it all over the place. When I see it, I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna like it, because that's what you have to do. You know what I mean? We gotta be our biggest fan. Support ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Post my stuff every day. I don't care who gets tired of seeing it, because at one time I wasn't repetitive like that. I just post something and just drop it. Now, when you wake up, if you go to my story, you're gonna always see what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And same pictures and same promo over and over again.
Yep. You have to, because you're a business. You know what I mean? You're not on there bragging, you're a business. With that said, everybody, handle your business. Just go, just start. Sometimes the hardest thing to do is just start, but you got to start, man. Take that step. You may not know it all. Learn along the way. But guess what? If you got that passion, that drive, that desire, and that hunger to learn, to the world, to the onlookers, it's going to look like you know what you're doing. Because you're doing it. You're doing more than what they are, because they're not doing it. There it is.
He said it, y'all.
So, yeah. But listen, I appreciate you coming on the show. I can't say that enough. I appreciate everybody tuned in too, man. Leaving the comments, leaving that good energy. I hope you guys took away something good from the show. Like I said, if you have, feel free to subscribe, man. Share it. Get this value out to people. That's what I'm doing it for. I just want to spread love, give value to the viewers, man. Just do my part in the ecosystem. You know what I'm saying? Put some good out here. So, yeah.
You're doing great. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Everybody go follow Letlastyleyou. That's her Instagram. Go follow. Share her work, man. Celebrate her for sure.
Thank you.
Yes. Appreciate you. Episode 33. It's in the bag, y'all. I'll be back next week. Episode 34. Never know who I may have, but I will bring that value. That's one thing for sure. All right. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for tuning in. LA, appreciate you for sure.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye, y'all.
Peace.